all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Okay, we have the roll call
John,
here.
Wayne,
Here.
Janice, myself, here. Bruce,
Here.
Bill.
I'm here.
all present.
Okay. Have a motion for approval of the agenda for tonight.
I so move.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Okay,
The minutes apparently we don't have tonight, so we'll find out where they went.
They're somewhere.
They're somewhere, okay. We'll move them to an August meeting then, if that's okay with everybody.
I have nothing to report under grants. Do you want to talk about the amphitheater, Bill?
I certainly can. I think first I'm gonna just change course if that's okay. I see somebody in the audience. Did you want to talk to us or did you want to?
I did, yeah,
You did?
yeah,
Would you want to talk now?
sure.
Okay, I'll have you step to the podium if you give your name and address and then, because I don't want you to sit here if you don't. want.
Okay, thank you. My name is Debbie Stephenson. I live at 520 Aberdeen Drive in Waite Park. And the reason I came tonight is I have no idea how to go about this or anything, but I was wondering about the basketball courts in the Angus Acres. I was hoping to get those changed to pickleball courts.
Oh, okay.
Nobody really plays basketball there very much anymore. If they do, it's like really rowdy, and I don't trust bringing my grandkids down there then and stuff. Pickleball has become so popular that it's hard to get in anywhere. I know the River's Edge Park, they're so busy all the time that you can only get in when it's really hot in the afternoon. And I just thought it'd be kind of nice for, us that live around in that area to have something. I've talked to, some of the neighbors and everything, and they all said that they think it would be a great idea to have pickleball courts there too. So I just didn't know how I needed to go about it or anything, so that's why I'm here.
Well, I appreciate you coming and talking to us about that and just your idea. I know somebody said that to me a while back, but it's been a while, so.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a need to take both areas and make pickleball, or just to put one in and leave one open? Just trying to figure out what that looks like.
I think it would be great to have both of them. I know the courts are getting pretty run down, and it's looking kind of a little bit trashy over there and stuff. I'd love to have both of them as pickleball courts, but I'd even be happy with one of them.
Okay.
But like I said, both of them would be ideal, because, you can really only have two sets of people playing with one court.
And what was your name again? I'm so sorry.
That's all right, Debbie Stephenson.
Debbie Stephenson?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think it's something that we the park board can also chime in here, and I'll let them do that and their thoughts of it. I would tell you, if we would look to move forward on that, it probably is not gonna happen this year, but it's something that if we can start programming and budgeting for down the road. And I'm not gonna say that could be next year even, but obviously if we can start thinking about doing that.
Sure.
So do you live Aberdeen? You're not right there, are you? No, that's
I'm
kind of a
like a block over.
block over.
Yeah.
I know you live over that area.
Oh.
She's just down the road from me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
I'm not part of the board.
No, I
No,
want your
it just-
opinion too.
As a neighbor in that area, I think that's a lovely idea. I think that Lions Park has been neglected from long time. And, it would be nice, it would be nice to see a refresh, and it's an excellent idea, because yes, these pickleball courts are constantly full.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They are, so, I think the neighbors in that area, and then the neighbors to the south, the Willow
Right.
Because instead of coming to this side, and we, you know, we've got lovely parks on the north side of Lake Park. You know, and I know the board has talked for a while about creating something a little different over on the south side, so Lions Park is a great place to just pick a little bit.
So, and I'll ask both of you the question, I don't go by there very often, just being honest. Since you live in that area, do you see the courts being used for basketball anymore? It used to be very heavily
It
done.
used to be very heavy.
Right.
And there was always a lot of trouble down there then, too. And I think since kind of they cleaned up some of the trouble and stuff, it's not being used very much anymore.
Okay,
Once they put the locks on and gave it a little bit of a curfew, the open business market went away.
okay, just curious.
It
Yep.
seems to be, and
Right.
you don't have the racing in that neighborhood.
Right.
Oh,
It's definitely safer.
okay,
Yeah.
But it does, that has not been touched for many years.
Right.
right, yeah.
Hey,
no.
Bill,
Go ahead, board, yeah.
could you, in the near future, do some kind of a cost analysis to see what it would cost to do that?
Absolutely, I can.
Because I think that should be the first item of business, and then we can talk about implementation and/or if we do it.
Yeah, no, and I could definitely do that, and I would do that no matter what, just so that we know what that is. Park Board basically recommend moving that forward to the council, that goes into the council's budget process, and then we try to figure out how that works. But
Sure.
I applaud you for coming, and it's a great idea. I'm gonna let the park, I got one other question
Sure.
for you, or Jeannie, because you live in that area, but do you guys have any questions for Debbie on that, on her idea here? Any thoughts, or?
I don't have a question. I just really appreciate people in the city seeing things and bringing them to us so we can at least talk about them and see what we can do to help. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
That's really, the only thing, and I don't mean to be, and I'm sorry, your name is Debbie, so I want to get a Debbie Downer here, but the only complaint that I hear for the one courts over on, in River's Edge is the noise of the pinging of the paddles. So that would be right now, I'm a pickleball player, so I agree with you. No doubt about it, because that's where I'm at in my life and my exercise, and that works well. The thing is I'm trying to look at is there a downside of it? And
I know
that
the
people do
one at the River's Edge is a lot bigger, so it would be a lot
Right.
noisier.
But I know that people in the area say they get tired of and there's a sound for it, and I just wonder what that would be like with the neighbors, you know, the homes that live right next to. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You want to, so we just have a concert, you can only play during a concert at the left, that way you never hear that.
Say, Bill, didn't they have some of that issue too then with the basketball? Because you bouncing a basketball out there is going to
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
noise just as irritating.
And I think that's, you know, one of the problems of having a neighborhood park like that whatever you put out there, the noise is so close because people live right across the street, you know, or right next to it. I'm not trying to pour cold water on this at all.
Right.
It's just things that I think that if we're gonna move forward, that we need to at least let the people in the neighborhood know that
Yeah.
we're talking about it, because that's only kind and courteous to
Yeah,
let them know.
I did talk to some of the people that live right
Oh,
by
you
there.
did?
Yeah, and they think it's a great idea.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great news.
Yeah.
So I love that you, like Bruce said, I love that you came here tonight and asked for that, and that is pretty awesome. So I know that, I appreciate it. I know that you've heard that from here. Maybe you can, I'll give you my cell phone number here.
Okay.
And then why don't you get a hold of me sometime in the near future, and so that way I got your contact information.
Okay.
And let's keep the communication going here. I think that the park board's gonna recommend that I move forward. I know I heard one person say, let's get a cost estimate on it. So, but I'll let them make that as a
Sure.
formal motion to move forward. Let me find a piece of paper here, and then, someplace I've got something. Maybe not. I don't have a card anymore. There's someplace, I just don't know where I put them. How's that? Being truthfully honest. And I can't even tell you what I had for supper last night either, so there. Oh, yeah, then you're gonna hand that to her. But, no, I appreciate you coming forward, Debbie, that is pretty
Well,
awesome.
Thank you for hearing me out on it.
Yeah, what does the park board feel that you want to make some sort of a recommendation for me? I think it would be good, so.
I'm going to make a do you want it as a recommendation, or do you want it as a, just
I
a?
don't care, you can, however you want, whatever you
I'm
want
gonna,
me to tell me to do
I'll
my job.
I'll move to have Bill and the administrative people take a look at the park and try and determine what it would cost to do that, to make them into pickleball courts, because it's gonna be more than a 3-day job. And I would like to, I'd move to have you people move forward on finding that information.
All in favor?
Oh, I need a second.
Thank you all.
Second.
Oh, you did, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
There you go, Debbie, you got action, so, thank you. Yeah, you got any other great ideas, feel free to come back.
Okay, you want to?
Where are we at? Oh, ledge, yes, the amphitheater. So we are in full swing. We have 18 events out there this year. 16 are national acts with 2 locals. The 2 local acts are, one is Ledgetober, and the other is Celebrate Minnesota. They are a Christian group. Last year, they've been doing it a couple of years. Last year, they were at Whitney Park. They brought in really top-name people. This year, they're bringing in top-name people, and they're gonna do it at the Ledge. So, very exciting to see that moving forward. Like I said, 16 events or national events. We have 2 this week, one tomorrow night and one on Friday night. So, we are very busy getting the place ready. And it's been a little interesting this week because the band moved in on Saturday, so it's their first tour stop. And so typically these bands on their first tour stop try to go into the venue a few days early so that they can get all their bugs worked out, do their production lights and all that stuff. So it's been a little busy out there. And then, of course, we've had all these rains and storms and stuff. But no, I'm looking forward to a great season. So we have a couple this week, and then we take about a 2-week break. And June 28th is the next one, and then there's a couple more week break, and we come back on July 10th, and it's basically nonstop. I think middle of July to first part of August. I think there's 12 concerts in 15 days, so it's like back to back, a day off, back to back, day off. There's a lot of, so it's gonna be good. So the big thing out there that the promoter did this year was he can put money into the facility with capital improvement stuff, and so the additions this year is he expanded the box seating area, so we could put more box seats up there. And he also paid to have we call it a pavilion. It's in the box seating area right in the center. Before, they ran a bar out of that area with just a pop-up tent. This year, when you go out there, you will see a built structure out there that mimics everything else at the angled roof. And that will house the bar, and also with the expanded box seating, they started a VIP food program. So if you're up there, you can grab some cold food. It's not like charcuterie board type of stuff like that. And they also still have the hot food in the VIP tent, but you have to pay a little more to get that one. But so very excited for that whole thing. It's coming together nicely. So other than that, we're just hanging in there. We'll get her done.
Okay, moving on to landscape coordinator. What would you like to talk about tonight?
Well, I'll just pick up where Bill left off on the ledge. That was our first planting this year, was out to the ledge. And I ran out there before the storm tonight, and there's some fixes that need to be done, and I try to get out there before each of the concerts, just to deadhead and floof it up a little bit. And this is the first chance I've had to get out there. There's more floofing than I thought there would be, so I'll be going out there in the morning to try to get some things fixed a little bit. So the ledge, other than that, we just planted a couple of weeks ago, and it's that slow start. And I always expect it to be better, faster, quicker, and that's just me. So, off of the ledge, we do have our plant sale coming up on the 12th and 13th of June, and our gardeners are working on that diligently, planting and naming and getting ready to take over the little pavilion out here. We are we are redoing, to a certain degree, 3 gardens this year. So that will absolutely keep us very busy through the month of June. And just trying to find all of the plants that need to go there. We're pulling the plants from the garden sale first before there's any more expense. If there's something we can use there, we absolutely will. If it's not going to be a fit for that garden, we will throw that onto the sale. I spoke with RSVP today, and she is putting out an email asking for more volunteers. I think we're down to 20 volunteers, and ideally it would be nice to have right around 30. It would be nice to team up the volunteers for different gardens. So you had 2 people working on a garden, or 2 people working on 2 or 3 of the smaller gardens. So if somebody is out of town, you have that coverage. Some people like to work alone, some people like to work in a group. If you like to work in a group, you've got your partner, it's perfect. So I am trying to beef up our gardeners' volunteer groups, and hopefully with RSVP we can add some numbers to that. Dennis Schiffler is our water boy again this year, and I've asked him to hold off just for a hot second until some of these storms pass. And the reason is the containers that he will be filling with water have a bladder in it, and that water comes up and soaks the plants from the root. With all of the rain coming in from the top and the water coming in from the bottom, my concern is that the planters will have too much moisture and get muddy. We've seen that happen before. And then all of the plants really are ruined, and we pull that planter because it's not a pleasant smell. So I'm guessing probably by this weekend we'll have Dennis adding water to the planters just to get in front of it. But we've had so much rain here in the last 10 days that they're doing okay. They really are. And so far this year, really, we've planted out all of the pots. All of the pots have been planted out. The ledge has, I don't even know, I've lost count. I want to say real close to 30 pots out there. The library has 10, pickleball court has 2, community park on 13th has 12, and then there's another 8 in front of City Hall. It's math, I'm not doing it this late at night, but we've done a lot of planting and adding more dirt and fertilizer and everything else. So we're in full swing. It can never go fast enough for me. I just never have enough hours in the month of June to get where I need to go, but we're making it happen. And thanks to all of my volunteers that are making it happen. So that's really it. We're in the beginning stages. We're in the premature before you get to really take good pictures. The perennials, the tulips, the irises, gorgeous. The library is full of beautiful climbing colors. If you have a chance, swing by. It's lush, it's gorgeous. So, and a lot of the trail, walking the gardens on the trails, they're way ahead of what they should be in my head as far as the plants already. So we're fighting both ends. The annuals are slow and the perennials are fast.
Well, thank you for all your fine work and your people. Okay, moving on. Park updates.
The only thing that I really have is, we're just holding status quo on everything. I've received a couple requests to do some special tree plantings in parks for memorials for some past people, which I've agreed to do. So it's nice if somebody wants to donate us a couple trees and we plant them in a park for them. We're going to be doing that. It'll probably be more towards fall, so we'll do that then. The other thing is that we finally finished our upgrade projects that were started 2 years ago, like in some of the buildings. So the Boy Scout building finally got painted here in the last month. So if you get a chance to go down there and look and see it, it looks really sharp. So that was nicely done. So the park looks great there. And then I can just move on to the Babe Ruth update. The only thing that we've got going with them is that everything is done and set up. So I haven't seen their food stand at Quick Trip 1 and 2 yet, but I'm typically not hanging out here till at night to see what that looks like. But I haven't heard anything. They have requested the city look at trying to figure out how to put nets over Quick Trip 1 and 2 seating area, just like we do down at the main complex. I'll look into it and see what the cost is, but it's, I don't see that happening very, very soon, but they have requested us to look at, so I will do that, and we'll find out what that number is and see what we can work with them. But other than that, everything is just pretty much status quo. Everybody's busy doing what they normally do. So Splash Pad is up and running. We had a little hiccup here over the weekend, but so hopefully that's been resolved and moving on, so.
Well, thank you. Anybody else have any business they'd like to bring the board members? Okay, if you look at the next meeting date, it's on a Tuesday. I'm sure that's in your calendar.
So does that work? I'm busy for the first 3 Wednesdays of October. I apologize. So I tried to move it to a different Wednesday. I went, oh, that's not work. Oh, sorry. So my only choice is to see if you could work the best for my schedule to fit it in was Tuesday the 6th. So I know it's a change. So I'm just asking the board if they would be willing to.
I think we've had enough warning here that the 6th should work just fine.
I'm just being very, this is your meeting. I mean, so if you're okay with that, we will do that. Is that all right?
Yes.
Everybody okay? Janice, you okay with that? Okay. To a meeting on the 6th?
Okay. Any other business people want to bring up? If not, I'd like a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're moved. Thank you for tonight.